Hello viewers, welcome to CodeforAny. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Flutter Meditations app design inside. Today we need to see this here. The course detail screens need to develop here. First of all, we need to see these designs inside the Figma. Now need to open here the Figma and to create here the this course details are the creating here. First of all, we need to use this here the nested scroll view. Inside we need to use this here the silver app bars. Need to use this here with the backgrounds image and to showing like this here the UI. And then after need to create here the static tab bars need to develop here and set here the static data. Now need to create these designs inside the flutters. First of all, need to open here the VS coders. We need to create here the new files. First of all, need to go inside the home folders and to write down here create right clicks and to create here the new files and to give this here the names as a course detail screen dot create here the stateful widgets and to give this here the names course detail screen like this sets here and also imports here the material dependency. Now need to create here the scaffold. Inside body we need to create here the nested scroll view and we need to write down here the headers like this and to return this here the array of the widgets need to return here like this. Now body inside we need to create here the scroll view, single child scroll view need to set this here child's inside we need to set this here the column like this creating here the children's like we need to set this here and to set here. Now we need to create here the silver app bars we need to develop. First of all we need to import here the needed all image we need to import here, select all image and to put inside the image folders. Now need to import here the 8 files and need to first of all need to create here the silver app bars need to set this here silver app bars and to set here the pinned set as a true. Then after we need to set this here the background colors. We need to also need to give this here the background color white like this. Then after need to set here the leading buttons need to set this here the padding. First of all inkwell on tab events. Inside we need to write down here the context dot pop methods need to call this here for these back buttons. And now need to create here the children's and to give this here the image assets and need to set here the back white buttons need to set this here. Need to go and find out here the back white copy relative path and we need to put this here. Now need to set here the width and heights. Need to give this here the 55 like this sets here and to save this here. Now need to create here the actions need to develop here inside the action widgets like this. Now need to copy this here, also need to give this here the padding, left padding need to need this here only left and to give this here the 15 like this save. Now need to copy this relative path and to paste this here. Now need to create here the download buttons, copy relative path and to paste this here. Now need to change this here the height and width 45 like this and also need to change this here the left to right. And now need to give this here the width space, set here the 15 and to like this set here the const value and to remove this pop signs. Copy these incorrect buttons and to create here the favorite buttons. Need to find out here the favorite buttons, copy relative path and to paste this here and to save this here. Now need to create here the flexibles bars. Need to develop here flexible space. Give this here the set here the property for the background image. You need to set here inside the this path set here the flexible space, and to use this here the flexible space bar. Inside need to create here the backgrounds clip or rect, need to set this here. First of all need to set this here the image, set here the image assets, and to give this here the names as a details tops relative path we need to give this here. And now need to set this here the width as a const dot width property we need to set this here, and to set this data here. Then after need to set this here the fits as a set here the box fit, covers like this set here, and to set this here, save here. Now need to create here the clip or rect widget, need to use this here, and to set here the border radius is equal to, need to set this here the only, and to set here the bottom left radius circle, so need to set this here the 15s, and also need to set this here the bottom right, same as need to set this here the radius circle 15, you need to set this here like this value, and also need to give this here the const value, and to save this here. Now this is the app bars are the ready with background image, need to set this here. Now need to configure the screens. First of all need to give this here configuration for these buttons, and also these buttons need to configure here. Now need to go and find out here the home screens, and to find out these widgets, and now first of all need to convert into the inkwell buttons on tab events, and to write down here the tab event inside the const push methods, need to call this here, and to write down here the course detail screen, need to put this here, and to write down here the semicolons, and to set this here like this. Copy these functions, and now need to find out here the anothers, and also need to create here the inkwell buttons, and paste this here the data, and to save these files. Now need to click on basics, and to opening this here the detail screens, and to forget this here the heights. First of all need to give this here the expandable height, need to set this here expanded heights, need to give this here the context width multiply by 0.16 like this sets, and to showing that like here the image. Now this is like this settings here the backgrounds and display goods and objectives. Now need to create here the single child scroll view. Inside you need to create here the columns. Inside you need to one by one put this here the controls needed. First of all need to set this here the another columns, need to develop here, and set here the children's sets. Now need to set here the padding, and we need to set this here the padding as a horizontals and verticals. Horizontals we need to give this here the 20, and also verticals need to give this here the 20 like this sets here. Now need to set here the cross axis alignments, need to set as a start like this set here, and to set here the children's inside, and to create here the first of all the text, and to give this here the set here the titles happy morning, and we need to set this here the styles, set as the text styles, set here the colors as a T color primary text. We need to set this here, also need to set this here the font size, need to give this here the 34, and then font weight we need to give this here 700 like this sets here, and to save this here. Now need to showing here the titles but not showing here the, now need to create here the height space, as you need to give this here as a 8, set here the const, same as you need to copy and to give this here the start, years like this. Now need to give this here the some height space. Course need to create here the another subtitles need to create and to set here the course. And need to set this here the font weight 14 and to give this here the 600 and secondary text need to set here and to save this here. Then after need to copy the relative path and to paste this here and to set here the 15 like this sets here. Now copy here the subtitles need to set this here and to set here the subtitle text. Now need to set here 16 regular font and secondary text like this. That's it. Then after another height space need to set here. Paste this here. And now need to create here the favorites and view counts need to showing here. Now first of all need to create here the row and children's like this sets here. So now need to set here the image sets and to give this here like this path. Now need to give this here the favorite icons, copy relative path and to paste this here. Then after need to give this here the width as a 20 and height also need to give this here the 20 like sets here and you need to paste this here. Another buttons need to create for the music play. Copy this related headphones relative path and to paste this here like this data and we need to save this here. Then to create give this here the some height width space we need to give this here set as a tens and need to call this here the expand text inside need to write down here copy any text and this here. Set here the favorite count text need to set this here and set this text. Now need to set here the bold and 14 font weight set here the 600 like this sets here and to save this here. Now need to copy these lines and to paste again and to displaying here the viewing count need to show this year's listening count. Paste this year's and to save this year's. Now like this showing here the data in for this screens. Now need to give this here the some height space we need to give this year's. Copy this height space and we need to set this here. Give this here from 25 like this sets it. Then after need to set this here the titles, copy this relative path and to paste this here and set the titles. Pick a new rotors like this, set here the titles and to save this here showing this here. Now need to change this here the font as a 20 and primary text need to set this here and also need to set here the 700. Save this here. Set here. Now need to create here the tab selections UI need to develop here. First of all need to create here the row children's like this, set this here and this data. First of all need to create here the common widgets for the selection tab buttons need to develop here. Now common widgets inside create here the new files and to give this here the name select tab button dot like this set here and to develop here. First of all need to use this here the stateless widgets and to give this here the name select tab button like this sets here. Now need to set here the some property. First of all need to give this here the final string and to set this here the title property and after final full and to give this here the is select like this sets years. Then finals void callbacks, we need to set this years and give this here the on press event like this, and to import this here that these all parameters inside the constructors. Then after we need to create here the expand class, we need to call here expand it, and inside we need to create here the inkwell buttons inkwell, and to with this here the on tab on press event to set this here. Then after we need to create here the container. First of all, need to create into the columns, because need to need this here the indicators of the bottoms, active indicators. That's why need to use this here the columns. And first of all, need to set this here the titles. First of all, need to give this here the height as a 45. Then paddings, we need to give this here the const edges instead symmetric, and we need to give this here the horizontal 20 like this sets here. And then after we need to give this here the alignments, we need to set this here as a alignment center left. Now we need to create here the child's text, we need to give this here. We need to first of all the copy any other screens, copy this text and to paste this inside the ears, and to set here the titles. And if is selected, then we need to give this here the t dot primary text colors, otherwise need to set here the secondary text colors. And also need to set this here the font, need to set here the 16s and 600 weight, need to set this here like this configures. Then after need to set this here the containers, and we need to give this here the margins, we need to set const edges insert symmetric, not symmetric, we need to use this here the only, and to give this here the left 25. And now need to set here the width, need to give this here the 50, height we need to give this here the 2. And then after need to set here the colors as a, if this is the selected, then to set here the t primary colors need to set here, otherwise need to set here the transparent colors, need to set this here color dot colors transparent like this sets here. And to develop these buttons, select tab buttons are the done. Now need to copy these names and to use inside the this row, and to set this here buttons. First of all, need to set this here the titles male voice, and to give this here the select, maybe to define here one variables here int select tab is equal to set as a 0 like this. Copy this variable names and to paste this here equal to 0, then like this showing here. And on press events need to change this here the status set state, and to write down here the select tab equal to set 0 equal set 0 like this configurations. Also need to copy again and to paste this here the these lines. And now need to set here the female voice, and to give this tab as a 1 set here, and to save this here and showing like this here the UI, and to fix this here the issue, go inside the select buttons and need to set this here cross axis alignments, need to set this as a start, and to fix this here the issue of this padding. Also increase this here the left padding the 35, need to set this here look like now showing here the goods and show here. Now we need to go and to first of all need to create here the dividers, we need this here, and first of all need to create here the dividers and to give this here the height as a 2 like this sets, and const value save here like this showing here. Now need to create here the list view, and to build this here the list view builder separators, need to use this here, and to set here the context index callback, and to return this here the widgets. Set here comma. Now we need to create here the separators, context, indexed, and we need to set this here divider. Set here the heights, as I need to set here the 1 const, and now need to set here the fix, to set this here the pi like this. Format this text. Now need to set here the physics, never scroll, so need to set this here and const value, and also need to sync web to set here the true like this. Now need to set here the padding const, edges instance, symmetric, horizontals need to give this here the 20, and verticals need to give this here the 15 like this sets, and to set this here the data. Now need to create here the UI. Containers, first of all, need to give this here the paddings, const, edges insert, symmetric, need to give this here the verticals as of 15 like this sets here. Now we need to create here the childrens, and to create here the row childrens like this sets here. And now first of all, we need to set this here the image, play image, we need to set this here. If indexed equal to 0, then like this data, and color image, otherwise the normal image we need to set this here. Border image we need to set first of all color image, and copy this relative path and to paste this here border image. Now we need to give this here the width and height, so we need to set this here, as I need to set here the 40 like this, set here. Now we need this here the expand columns, need this here expanded column, use this here expand, and to call this here the columns, and we need to give this here the cross axis elements, as I need to set as a cross axis element as a set here. Now need this here the text property. First of all, need to copy any text here and to paste this here like this, and need to set here the titles, focus, tensions, and we need to set this here the fonts as a 16, medium means 600, we need to set this here as a font like this sets here. Now need to give this here the height space, const, sized boxed, and to give this here the height as a 4 like this sets here, and to configure this here. Then after need to copy this here the text and to paste this here. Now need to set here the times, need to set here the 10, and also need to change this here the text colors as a secondary text, need to set this here, and font as a 11 need to set this here, and now need to save, and to looking like here the UI are the showing, and to give this here the some width space, need this here, set here the const, size boxed, and to give this here the width as a 15, save this here. Now this UI are the looking good, not an issue, and to set this here the data like this showing here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.